you know,
Of you, let me have the pleasure of introducing the guest speaker of this afternoon, Father Sebasti Raj. Before I introduce a couple of words about what is going to be the dynamics of this presentation. This morning, we heard from eminent speakers, some of the experts in the field, what are going to be some of the challenges, opportunities we as Indians are going to face in the coming decade in terms of technology and technological development. A lot of beautiful insights were shared with us. They also challenge us how we as alumni can be a partaker in this challenge. This afternoon, the same perspective will be strengthened from a Jesuit. You know, I believe, though alumni pass out from our institutions, though you may be working somewhere, married and settled in life, your association with the Jesuit family continues, wherever you are. That's why somebody beautifully said, once you are a Xavierite, a Josephite, you are a Josephite or Xavierite forever. So that is the relationship we want to maintain in every perspective. That's why I'm happy to tell you, among the participant delegates, almost 30-40 Jesuits are here. That's a great sign that we continue to support you, walk with you wherever you go, and you are our extended family, and we want to keep that journey together so that we may achieve greater things in the days to come. So with this background, today Father Sebasti Raj will talk on caring through sharing. How we as Jesuits, Jesuit family and alumni association members, we can partake in common endeavors through supporting one another and appreciating one another and also challenging one another to contribute our share towards nation building. Father Sebasti Raj was the former provincial of Madurai province. Before that, Father was the director of ZIDAS, a management institute in Jabalpur. And just before taking the post of the Conference Development Officer or a Director of Conference and Development Office, ISI Delhi, Father was a Pro-Vice Chancellor of Xavier University, Kolkata. A very experienced hand, both in administration and in the field of education. And he has always great dreams for institutions, great dreams for communities. That's why he's here to share with us his dream for our South Asian Conference, how we together, Jesuits and the alumni, can move forward and contribute our share. So with these words of introduction, I extend a cordial welcome to Father Sebasti Raj and hand over the mic to him for his address.
Good afternoon to everyone. Dear Father John Ravi, professors, teachers, alumni, my dear brother Jesuits who are all here. First of all, I am very grateful to Father Ravi and the organizers for giving this opportunity to speak to you and through you to all the alumni of the Jesuits in the entire South Asian situation. I am standing before you on behalf of Jesuit Conference of South Asia, on behalf of the Jesuit JCSA President, Father Stanley D'Souza, to make a presentation to you, inviting every one of you to become a partner in building this nation. That is a theme, that is a dream, that's where we are working. That's what I have committed myself for the next few years to work for upliftment of our people in different ways, about which I will explain, but not alone, in solidarity with all of you, along with you. So I'd like to take you back to yesterday's inaugural sessions, in which some of these points were highlighted, both by Father John Ravi and by Father Provincial, Father Donald. Being a former student of the Jesuits and being a proud Jesuit alumni today, you have developed certain outlook of life, consciously or unconsciously. And that outlook you live in your life today. My purpose now is to touch upon that outlook a little more, to go a little deeper and share with you certain ideas and thoughts, and invite each one of you to reflect about what you can do to actualize this outlook of life in greater depth through concrete steps and responses. Before I go into the point directly, let me also present to you a few inspiring thoughts which have been taken from different personalities and thinkers. John F. Kennedy, former President of the United States, who was assassinated in the early 60s, he said once, "Ask not what the country can do for you. Rather, ask what you can do for the country and fellow countrymen and women." Of course, I have added a few words to give the full meaning. Martin Luther King, Jr., he raised this question. Life's most urgent question is, what are you doing for others? Coming back to India, the veteran businessman Ratan Tata. These are my words, it's not a quotation, these are my words. You are not a great person when you acquire wealth, own property, build your own business or your own house. All these are good, but you are not a great person because of that. Then when are you great? You are great when you are able to use all that you have to help others to grow or develop along with you. Mother Teresa of Calcutta, all of us know about her. She used to say this, give or share till it pinches you. Not out of abundance, but even what you need, try to give something to others. Robert Kennedy, the brother of John F. Kennedy, he was not president, he announced himself as a candidate, and when he was canvassing, he was shot on his forehead. As he was lying down in a pool of blood, his last words were, "Is everyone else all right?" He was not worried about himself. Is everyone else all right? That is the type of person he was. Then coming to Bill Gates, when he was a small child of 7 or 8 years old, his mother advised him, "Son, share with others or give to others what you have." These are all great people, rich people. Warren Buffett, another rich man. He was sitting in his room one evening. A group of students went to see him. They saw the huge building like this, and there was no light, everything was dark. Then they saw one place, small light burning. So they went there, knocked at the door, and Warren Buffett was there with a one small light. They were all shocked. They said, "You are the richest man in the world. Why are you sitting in the dark?" His reply was, "I need only this much of light for my work. I don't want to waste electricity." So even the richest man has certain values for things. So these are some of the statements which will help us to reflect on our life, our outlook of life, what we are expected to do as alumni. Now I am linking these thoughts with our own tradition. Father Pedro Arrupe, former Superior General, he said the same thought, an outlook of life, presented above just now. And what did he say? In 1973, this was referred to yesterday by Father John Ravi, in his address to the Jesuit alumni of Valencia in Spain, he used the phrase, men for others. Of course, at that time, women were not our students. That's why he stopped with men. Since that time, this word was repeatedly expressed. And slowly, women also were brought in, because by the time our institutions opened up for women also, then it became men and women for others initially. After some time, it was further improved. Then it became men and women for and with others. Along with that, Father Arrupe calls for personal and social change. A personal change that makes concrete actions of love and service a priority of life. Followed him, Father Peter Hans Kolvenbach, the successor to Father Pedro Arrupe. He was giving a talk, I think somewhere in California. I think this was last Santa Clara University, I think. At the end of, he says this to the students and the staff. At the end of your study in Jesuit institutions, what you have acquired by way of knowledge and skills are not as important as what you have become as a person. That all of you, my dear friends, who have been the students of Jesuits, can ask even now, what have I become? What have I done with the values which I got in my life, in my school, in my college? Now going one step further, St. Ignatius of Loyola, the founder of the society itself, has laid the foundation for all this. Whatever Father Pedro Arrupe said, whatever Father Kolvenbach said, whatever all the other big thinkers have said, there is a base for all these things. He says, fundamental belief of St. Ignatius that we are called upon to share in God's work of healing and building the human world. St. Ignatius also believed that we are most human and most fulfilled when we live a life of service and compassion, which will lead to action. Finally, to cap it all, St. Ignatius says in the spiritual exercises that love needs to express itself in deeds more than in words. So that is the challenge before us. One side, the technology about which we spoke in the morning, and now it is coming to a challenge to our life itself. How do we make our life meaningful in today's world? All of us want to be happy. All of us are looking for joyful situation. But true and lasting joy, from where does it come? When you become men and women for and with others. That is a solution we have as Jesuits. You want to be happy? You want to enjoy your life real meaningfully? in true meaning, become men and women for and with others. There is no other option. You can apply this to yourself and reflect a bit. When someone acquires a post, a position, property, wealth, promotion, all these things, all of us are happy, including myself. We are joyful, we celebrate, but often, not often, almost always, it is only a temporary joy and temporary happiness. Maybe one day, maybe 1 month, maybe 1 year. By the time it goes down, it will not last. It is because it is a transitory joy or happiness. However, please apply this to your life situation. True and lasting joy and happiness are experienced when you share with others what you have. This feeling never disappears. Whenever you have shared, and the experience and joy will remain always till you die. You can think about it any time. What you did 20 years ago, 30 years ago, 40 years ago. Something good you did. Some help you gave to someone. Your joy will not disappear. You can recall to yourself some such experiences in your own life. In fact, giving or sharing is always a joy. And this joy is perpetual. Perpetual, always. As alumni, we look not simply at what we have learned as followers of Ignatius, but rather who or what we have become in our life. That's what I have been saying earlier also. Therefore, the goal is not merely to become skilled, learner, scholarly, holding big positions. The ultimate goal for each one of us is to become companions and neighbors to those in need. This makes each one of us truly men and women for and with others. Now, with this general thought, I want to now come to concrete realities today in our context. The Jesuits are proud of their nearly 500 years of legacy in South Asia, almost from the beginning of the Society of Jesus, catering to the various needs of our people. Over the years, the pioneering and relentless works of the Jesuits were directed towards school education, higher education, and professional education. And they are all well known, and all of us are witness to that. All of you are the beneficiaries of these institutions. That's why you are all here. The Jesuits are also proud of you, each one of you, because each one of you is our alumnus. But in addition to these educational service, the Jesuits have also been engaged in several other services, namely social and developmental services to the marginalized sections of society, all over. The beneficiaries are the Dalits, tribals, migrants, unorganized labor, and others below the poverty line. The Jesuits work for their social and economic development, offer basic education, train them in different technical skills, and so on. Further, they have been working for peace and reconciliation, promotion of environment and ecological protection, promotion of justice and human rights. These transformative services of the Jesuits have been benefiting lakhs of people every year. Students, adults, men, women, and particularly the most marginalized. In fact, many do not know about these services, perhaps including some of the alumni themselves, because we are known for our institutions, schools, colleges. A lot of news comes in the newspapers, in the TV, in the media. But the silent work being done by hundreds of Jesuits along with the other people That's not much now. And that's one of the reasons why I want to present this to you, so that you become fully aware of what we are doing and how we are doing and how we can work together. Now all these services we are doing, our schools and colleges, most of them are well off. They are self-sufficient. They have enough money. They can put up more buildings. They can grow. We are very happy about that. But the other services, they are not money-making services. They are money-spending services. Therefore, all these years, the Jesuits relied mostly on foreign funds for these and varied services to the marginalized and the poor. But all of you know, the situation has changed drastically, and it has become extremely difficult now to find the funds from foreign sources. You are aware of it. I don't want to go into the detail. That is the reason why now we have to come back to our own. In fact, in 2021, the present Superior General, Father Arturo Souza, wrote a letter to all the provincials in South Asia, asking them to look into this issue more and more. Look for sources within, so that we are able to continue our service to these people. It is not just by getting money. First of all, the money is not available, even if you want it. And secondly, even if the money is available, we have other restrictions. Therefore, we are stuck up now. Should we stop these services? Should we not continue these services? We have to look for ways. And therefore, we are appealing to the alumni to come to support us, to become partners in these efforts, at least to the extent it is possible. I have already done it. This is one side, our services. There is a second part to our concerns. Today, as you may know, we are about 4,000 Jesuits working in South Asia, almost 4,000. Of these, about 30% are above 70 years old. And these men, who have toiled for several years in the service of the people, are now advanced in age, of course some have died, and they require health care services. Some of your own Jesuit professors are still alive, but advanced in age, who need health care assistance. You see somebody here? I don't know whether you can make out. This is Father Ladislas Chinnadurai of Madurai province, the man who taught the former president of India, Abdul Kalam. He is still alive. He is 100 years old, completed 100 years. Now he is in that condition which I showed. He is totally dependent on nursing care. And he is being taken care of in Dindigul by the Madurai Jesuits. Here is another person, Father Tom Kunungal of Delhi province. He is 96 years old. He was very active until about 2 years ago. Nobody will believe he was 94 at that time. But now, he has been a great educationist. He worked for the central government as the chairman of the NCRT, and he is a Padma Shri awardee. Today, he is a senior Jesuit and is being taken care of by the Delhi Jesuit province. Here is somebody, Father P.C. Matthew from Calcutta province. He was a provincial of Calcutta. He was the principal of St. Xavier's College. He looks healthier here, but he is also in the 80s. He was very sick some time back, Now he has recovered to some extent. He is in the infirmary of St. Xavier's College, Calcutta. There is another one, Father Luther John of Madurai province. He is more than 85 years old. He was mostly in the schools as headmaster, superior. He was also rector of Loyola College, Chennai for some time. And now he is in the infirmary in Sebasti College, Dindigul. The one who is standing with him is the rector of the Sebasti College at the moment. There are many others like this. Only a few examples I am showing. Hundreds of them, seniors, sick, who have worked and toiled in this country, both in the institutions as well as for many other things. You have here, just here, Father Mantra, who is also in the 90s, who has been very much involved in social services. Now he is retired. Now, to take care of all of them is a big financial challenge. All these years, we have been once again getting support from abroad. And again, we are facing a problem. So we need to find some resources to be able to take care of them with a grateful heart, because they have worked for us. Many of you have benefited from them. Till the end, it is our duty to take care of them. Similarly, you have already passed out from Jesuit institutions, or you have become an alumnus, but you may like your children, or your grandchildren, or your great-grandchildren to study in the Jesuit institutions. Don't you? But do you think the same fathers will be able to teach? Many of them have already gone for their eternal reward. And many others are retired, unable to take care of all these works. We need young men, new men. We have to train them. More and more young people, so that the good work we are doing in the institutions, in various social and development centers can continue. So that your own sons and daughters, your grandchildren, or your great-grandchildren may also go for their schooling or higher studies. So same story. So far we have been getting support for all these training, because it goes into several years. It is quite an expensive affair. But now, slowly, that also becoming a problem to me. It is nice to have 4,000 Jesuits, but out of these 4,000 Jesuits, 1/3 are retired, more than 1/3 are under formation and training, so how much is left? And these two require quite a lot of financial sources to support them, to take care of them. It is here again, we need your participation, your collaboration. Keeping all these in mind, the Conference Development Office, to which now I have been assigned, I am the 3rd director there. In 2016, a layperson, a former Jesuit, was appointed to be the first director of that, and he did something for 3 years, initiated the whole process of raising local funds. Then after that, another Jesuit took over. Unfortunately, at that time, we were affected by COVID, so the activities were very much restricted. So now I have taken over from last May. We have been supported by some funding agencies to work on this process. But that process, this cannot also go on. We cannot get foreign money to support local fundraising. Maybe initially. Slowly we have to build up our own way of functioning. So in that context, we have initiated, this is one initiative. We would like to give this new initiative to be known as Friends of Jesuits. Friends of Jesuits is an appeal and an invitation to the alumni and all others of goodwill to support the Jesuits and the different services that are being rendered by the Jesuits to lakhs of people in South Asia. So we seek your personal participation in this noble task by joining the Friends of Jesuits initiative. This is an opportunity for you to be a part of this transformative work and to extend your generous support to the Jesuits in their noble task. This new initiative, Friends of Jesuits, by joining this, you will become either a supporter or a promoter or a partner of the Jesuits and their several services. As I said already, here is a unique opportunity for you to manifest your caring spirit for the needy through your generous sharing. That's why the title, Caring Through Sharing, which will support one or more causes that are close to your heart. We also have initiated some other steps along with this. We are already using the services of the fundraising agency to raise funds for us from individual donors. It is at the initial stage, and we hope these efforts will bear much fruits in course of time. But again, being a professional fundraising agency, you all know we are all professionals, this is an expensive initiative, as we have to pay a high fee to this agency for raising funds for us. So we need funds or resources to meet the cost of generating local funds to serve the needy. The next stage is we are planning to approach CSR funding system, and also the government funds as well. The necessary steps are being taken, and it will be launched very soon. Hopefully, these will also give us enough financial support in course of time for our different programs. So as you see, there is an effort to raise funds through an agency. There is an effort to approach and reach out to CSR and government funds. And there is a request and appeal to the alumni to come to our service at this moment by supporting us in a way. I will be explaining that to you just now. What is your special support to these efforts? The first request is kindly become a member. We don't use the word member for technical reasons. Kindly join this initiative by becoming a supporter or a promoter or a partner. Soon these leaflets will be distributed to you as I finish this. In this, the details are given, whatever I have shared to a large extent. So along with this, you have a page for filling your willingness to be partner in this. So depending on how much you are able to give, so you will become a silver member, or a gold member, or a platinum member. A supporter is a silver member, a promoter is a gold member, a partner is a platinum member. And the amount of contribution varies accordingly. We are not asking for big amounts in crores and lakhs. We are asking you every year, give something. You know, we have got thousands of alumni, thousands. And by God's grace, most of you are well-placed. And you have your own commitment, sure. But can you contribute a small amount every year? When all these pooled together, we will have a fairly high amount to take care of all those programs and projects for which there is no income but only expense. For those programs for which we were depending on foreign funds, can we be able to support this so that we can continue to serve our people through these. Now, you as a member, first you become a member. Maybe some of you are having your own business. Maybe you are also giving CSR fund for various projects. Can we consider these projects, Jesuit projects? If you give the details, we can approach. Or you are working in another firm. Can you help us to reach that CSR office or whoever is in charge and put in a word so that we get the support? So one is you yourself contributing something. Secondly, CSR support if it is possible. Or can you encourage your own friends who are also alumni of the society? Can they become members? People who are working under you, if you are having certain business, can they become supporters by subscribing something? So it is various levels now. Nowhere we are asking about big money. If you can give big, well and good, but at least something every year. Even monthly basis you can give, quarterly basis you can give, half-yearly basis you can give. All these are given in that paper. We are just in the process of uploading this in the website. So any payment contribution can be made through the website. Automatically it will reach our accounts. But one thing I would like to request you, please listen to this carefully. Whatever we collect, we need to be accountable. We need details about you, your name, your contact, your PAN number, all these things. Without that, we cannot collect the money because we cannot account to the government. So there we need your cooperation. So the main reason for distributing this to you today is, if you are interested, if you are convinced about what I have been presenting to you, give your details in that terrible page is there, the last, this one, fill it up and hand it over to me, either today or tomorrow. If I am not there, Father Ravi will be happy to collect it and give it to me later on. Then we will follow it up. Even if you don't pay it just now, does not matter. Even if you have not decided the amount you can contribute, does not matter. But we need your details. Once you give the details, we can contact you, find out all the details. We can also tell you where to give, how to give. But without details, we just cannot accept any donation. And no cash donation. Because we are under a lot of government regulations, and so we cannot do anything which is not legally correct, transparent and accountable. Therefore, your cooperation in that is also very important for us. So we are now working under that Jesuit, the last line, Jesuit Research and Development Society, JRDS. This is a registered society through which all our funds are pooled together, and from there it will be going. One more thing you can do is to create a culture of giving. India lacks this, the culture of giving. We have got a very high percentage of culture of receiving. We don't have the culture of giving. So you have to teach your own children. You have to teach your own colleagues. You have to teach the people who are working under you. Learn to give something. As Bill Gates was advised when he was young, advised people to give. Because our joy depends on giving. Now, you may say, but I have to give to my alma mater. Sure, by all means you give to the alma mater. I am not saying you should not give. And some fathers are also afraid, what will happen if you collect money, what will happen to us? We are not in competition. We are in collaboration. What we collect in Conference Development Office is going to be distributed to all the provinces, whether it is through your contribution, through CSR, through government funding, because Conference Development Office has no project of its own. This has been established by all the provincials together to plan out things at the national level, South Asian level, to help all the provinces regarding fundraising requirements. Therefore, this money will go to the provinces according to the needs there and according to the funds we are able to get. Like for instance, some provinces have got very strong alumni-based association. Some provinces are very weak in that. Now we are trying to help out all the provinces. Wherever there is a need, to the extent it is possible, we would like to help out. So you can give to your alma mater as much as you want. But what we are asking is, can you give a small little token of support every year, continuously, to this cause, which will be distributed to different provinces according to needs. These are the same thing I have said. Now, how much you can give, we cannot tell you. You decide. What is the frequency of your contribution? You decide. Whether it is monthly, quarterly, half-yearly, annually, as you like. Whatever is convenient for you. But now my appeal to you is, now that you have the slips with you, fill up that and hand it over to me. If possible today itself. Main information is your name and address and your contact details, email and mobile number. Even PAN number, if you don't remember, if you cannot fill up, we should contact you to get it back. Amount you have not decided, you can decide later on. That's not a big problem. Unless somebody wants to give a check in hard paper, then maybe we can collect it because that is easy. We'll get all the details in that itself. Otherwise, we are not in a hurry for any of this. Please help us and think about it. So as I said already, all the funds we generate will go to different social and developmental projects in different parts of India. And these projects are being implemented by different provinces. The CDO, Conference Development Office, is only an enabling unit, raising funds to support the various projects and programs of different provinces and some common projects of the Jesuits in India and South Asia. Now, this is a very important information for you. All donations made to JRDS are eligible for 50% tax benefits under the ATG scheme of the Government of India. You will immediately get, as soon as the amount comes, you will get a letter from our office and indicating all the number references so that on that basis you can claim your tax exemption. In that, the last part of it, you have to select the causes you would like to support. And the whole thing is listed there, education, marginalized, skill development and so on. You can choose one of them if you like. Then there is also caring for the senior Jesuits if you like to contribute. Equipping the young Jesuits in their formation, training and so on. And the last one is a common one, support to the Jesuit programs in general. We don't want to be very particular about saying this or that. You can put your contribution under that. And we will respect your thing. The whole thing will be recorded accordingly. We shall do what is necessary. The amounts, which are also given there already with you, these are the amounts we are proposing. Those who are silver member, the title will be, status will be supporter, starts with 500 per month and goes, total will be 6,000 a year. Gold members will be known as promoters, 1,500 per month, it goes to 18,000 per year. Then platinum members will be known as partners, 2,500 per month, 30,000 in the whole year. Now, if you still feel, I don't want to make all these things, I want to make one-time contribution, there is a column meant for that also. You decide whatever you want to give, then you can write the amount there and then you can. bank details are also given there. JRDS development programs is the, those who are writing checks and so on, there is a detail, other details are there. So with that, let me stop.